Shalom. Welcome to this week's Dvar Torah. This week is Sedra Beshalach, and we're going to be looking at an interesting idea. The idea of unpredictability and panic and really calm in this week's Sedra. Car recalls happen for all kinds of reasons, but last year Mazda had one of the strangest. In March, Mazda recalled 65,000 sedans because yellow sac spiders like to build their nests in part of the fuel system. A certain type of spider may weave a web in the I don't know car terms so well, but the evaporative canister vent line, and this may cause restriction of the line. Mazda said in a letter to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. There was no way Mazda could have predicted spiders building webs in its vent lines, and nothing they could have done would have prevented the loss incurred by the ensuing recall. The only thing in life that is predictable is the unpredictability of life. It is life's unpredictability that I like to focus on in this Dvar Torah. Man mistakenly assumes that to succeed, all factors must be known beforehand. Life is led in this manner, and when factors change, chaos and panic ensues. As the unpredictable occurs, panic begins and mistakes are made. To truly succeed, the unpredictable must be predicted and prepared for. I'm going to further illustrate these ideas with the Egyptians' reaction to the confrontation at the sea. I hope the reader gains an ability to deal with life's unpredictability from this Dvar Torah. Man operates within context. To function in a healthy, balanced manner, man must create a framework that he understands. Man can plan and strategize all areas of life, whether it be spiritual, financial, familial, or communal, through this framework. As success occurs, man gains confidence, for the framework by which he operates is generating success. At the same time, though, the more success one experiences in this created context, the more dependent one becomes on that context. In truth, no framework is constant. We live in a fluid world, where the facts on the ground are always changing. When one becomes too dependent on the framework they've created, they become handicapped to dealing with outside of the context that they've grown accustomed to. To experience constant success, to avoid the panic that is created when the unpredictable occurs, man must be ready for the unpredictable. To ready for the unknown, man must put his faith in the larger system that encompasses the unknown, God's system. In relying on our efforts within the confidence in God's system, we can avoid the panic of the unpredictable. Hashem records how the confrontation at the sea ended between the Egyptians and the Jewish people. Listen to the pasuk. The Egyptians pursued and followed them, all of Paro's horses, his chariots, and his cavalry, into the middle of the sea. It was the end of the night. Hashem gazed down at the Egyptian camp through the pillar of the fire and cloud, and he caused panic in the Egyptian camp. The Egyptians' panic is a perfect example of panic occurring from the unknown. The panic described is post the catastrophe. The Egyptians had already drowned, and their army had already been defeated. The only reason for the remaining Egyptians' panic was because they didn't understand what was happening around them. The Egyptians lacked the faith context to deal with the unknown. In our lives, we need to create a framework that we can work within, but also understand that by nature, whatever framework we create will be constantly changing and largely unpredictable. In strengthening our faith in this larger system, in the divine system, when the unpredictable occurs in our own lives, we'll avoid panic and move forward in a calm, constructive way. I hope this Dvar Torah was helpful. Shabbat Shalom.